I was not sure about showing you this, but then I gave it a thought because I know that most of you have been watching me for some time, and some of you for a very long time, as you mentioned in the comments and emails. So I was a bit skeptical. I didn't know whether I had to do this, but anyway, I've decided to do it. These are the areas where I fumbled in life, faltered. There were a lot of places where I thought I was going to do well, but I did not. We have also reached the end of another year, 2025, and I thank the Almighty and everybody for making this life possible. We have been thinking about a lot of things, but this particular page, along with the books that I have now, I'm not going to read out anything, okay? It's not about learning or teaching or anything of that sort. It's all about those areas where I surpassed hindrances, obstacles. So I thought I'll give you a close-up of everything that happened, not just this year, but my reflections. So we speak a lot about vision board and manifestation. I think manifestation became very famous. It became too famous, I would say, this year. And I didn't have the faintest idea of this particular word. This is something I did in 2021, immediately after the first book got published. Yes, immediately after my first book got published. I wouldn't call this vision board exactly. It's more like a reflection line. After watching the whole video, you can let me know what exactly it is. I would call it reflections from the past, the present, and also something that I want to do in the future. So here is the close-up of this particular page. It's actually a kind of card, thick sheet, as you can see. And you know that I begin with being grateful. I always speak about being grateful because there was a time when the whole family went through this cancer phase, not just because of cancer, but when we look back, being grateful is a very good idea. It's not just about thanking, saying thank you, but it's all about the blessings that we count. And then as you go down, I'll read it, okay, as I look at this, because I don't remember many of the things. I created this in 2021, even before I personally knew about manifestation. So here you can see I've written, yes, I can, what I reused, repurposed, helped conserve this week. I think I spoke a lot about recycle, register, and also repeat, especially while learning vocabulary. So when we speak about learning, we always reuse words. So like that, there are a lot of things that we can reuse in life. There are certain things that we may override. We may also not even give importance. It can be your family members, the needs, the requirements, the small dreams that you have. So I had this habit of always saying, I can't, I won't do it, I may not do it. I always used to think about the perfect time. But then I understood there are a lot of areas from your life that can be reused, from where you can get the real motivation, encouragement. Repurposing and reusing is applicable not only in the English language, but also in your real life, where you get to know the real purpose and meaning of life, molding yourself with another purpose. That is also another area. Then there was a time when I really didn't know the meaning of this. Take a seat. Generally, we say take a seat during interviews, or maybe you ask your friends also to take a seat. We offer the seat. But I think now, especially these days, marketing, speaking about yourself with confidence, establishing all that you have done is a very good way of showing that you're capable of something. Gone are the days where we used to wait for others to discover us, right? I think today we have to really discover ourselves first, and then only others will be able to find you. We should explore ourselves. And also we need to know the real purpose of why we are doing certain things. Take a seat and then offer the seat. And real power is not just about using words, flamboyant words, or even having the best salaried job. It's all about finding yourself, being confident, being grateful for the little things that you have in life, and also valuing the relationship with the self and others. I'm sure that you're able to reciprocate with all these things. Anyway, these are my ideas, okay? Then to stand tall. So to stand tall is not about having everything in life and then settling down. There can be a lot of areas where you're not good at. Even I have my weakness, strength. So those weak areas can definitely show you the direction towards establishing yourself. So it's not about success. I'm speaking about the weaker portions of your life that can really mold you, groom you, and that can give you the assurance. So that is what I understood. So you first establish yourself. That is a real power to stand tall. Then about being sweet. Now today I think in the Indian community, people generally misunderstand sweetness for being always kind, being always generous. We need to be generous, we need to be kind, but at the same time we should draw a fine boundary. You know, when I interact with learners, especially when we have language counseling sessions or otherwise also, people say it's misunderstood. Sweetness, kindness, drawing a firm boundary. You may not want to say a no, but at the same time, have you ever thought about the fact that you're misleading others when you're not sure about certain things? We don't know everything in life, right? And from there comes motivation. Motivational. Can you see that? Yes, it's there by the side. And then I wrote this word author because I got my first book published. I never knew that I was going to publish more books in 2021. That was a horrible year when my family member went through the chemotherapy treatment. I got my books published. It's like mixed feelings, you know. I was not able to completely enjoy at the same time. I was being grateful for the small blessings. But I wrote author here because I wanted to publish more books, but it just happened. It just happened. Coincidence, and maybe because of God's blessings and your encouragement. Then the leaders of tomorrow, it's not about the political leaders, but when you're incredibly grateful, as the words say, you become a leader of your life. What I can't forget about this week, it's not just about this week, but this lifetime. It is important to forgive, but you don't have to forget the lessons that you learned. So that's very important. It's not just about the week, but it's about reflecting how better you can be, how well you can manage a situation is also important. Okay, then this is sediments of obscurity. There was a time in life when I didn't have any idea about what I was doing with my life, with my profession. So those were sediments of obscurity. I'm going to share that, especially when I was teaching in a school. Even before that, I thought I have to take a path that everybody is into, such kind of things. I've already spoken about this through my writing journey and through several episodes. Please feel free to watch those. So that's what I refer to as sediments of obscurity, where it was like a blurred thing that I had in life, a blurred veil, or you can say something that did not allow the light to pass through, opaque. And it's hot. I wrote it's hot because I was brimming with confusion. I didn't know which path was to be taken. You know, sometimes in life you cannot ask for guidance, the right guidance. You can ask for advice and suggestions, but you have to choose. The choice is in your hands. So there are a lot of places where I used to put off things conveniently, easily, being in the comfort zone. And then, you have the dice, you know. Life is like this. You toss the dice on the table, and then you don't know which number is going to be your guide. Because when you play snake and ladder also, the dice will always decide your path, whether you're going to climb the ladder or whether you're going to be bitten by a snake. So like that, it is like you toss your life sometimes, and then you don't know what number is going to decide your direction. But then it's all about the trial and errors, and in certain places we learn our lessons, right? We learn our lessons also. Okay, but there are questions: how resilient can she be? How long she can keep this up? How long can she keep this up? Is she eating? Is she taking care of herself? Every time you won't have friends calling you, speaking to you, but then there were 2 or 3 of them who used to call me, who used to check what I was doing, especially when I was going through a very difficult phase in life, along with family members. Not everybody, but some of them. So it's all about resilience, and resilience doesn't come because others help you. It doesn't come from whatever you have been doing. You may feel that you have just landed in a pitfall without any color, without ray of hope, nothing, absolutely nothing. But resilience is all about how you bounce back. So I just loved this cutting from an article I got from a newspaper, and I just put it up there because it resonated very much with the phase I was going through at that time. Then compare with peers. So this is my problem. This used to be my problem. I used to compare myself with others when I was in school, especially if I had to work on my handwriting. I used to compare. Oh, I want to be like that, or I want to write like my classmate in that cursive, beautiful writing. But then I understood that you can mold yourself. You have to find out your style, and your style should be something that is different. It is already different, you just have to groom it, right? Especially when we speak in English also, we don't have to imitate others. Imitation comes when you want to work on your pronunciation and intonation, but otherwise you can retain your style. Getting what I'm saying? So you don't have to compare yourself always to others. You can compare for the betterment. That's what I understood. I've done a video titled Peer Pressure. Okay, then reading, yes. I used to put off reading, but I think this year I was able to pedal this reading journey at a faster pace. And then you can see a picture of mine where, yes, I was happy, and that is taken at a particular angle where I look at my life, maybe peering and looking at my life and being grateful about all that happened. I've written winner here, but today I don't think I will ever put winner there. It's all about surviving the battles and also learning from life. So it's not about being a winner, but there you have rose. Rose is beautiful. It gives you the fragrance, but at the same time it has got thorns. So life is also just like that. I've got rose in my name. So life is like that, and I can very well resonate with the flower rose. You can call yourself a lily, a daffodil, whatever you want to. And then I just love white tigers. But white tiger, there is something very special about this white tiger. It looks beautiful, magnificent. At the same time, it looks cute. It looks like a big cat. Of course, they are wild cats. They belong to the cat family, but there is something very special about the white tiger. Including the other tigers that we have in India and around the world. And then the butterfly, these are all delicate insects. Butterfly is so beautiful, right? It keeps fluttering, but it has got a very short lifespan. The way it spreads beauty, the positive vibes, hope around, it has got no idea about the happiness it gives to others. When you keep looking at a butterfly, you get some kind of feeling. So it's very delicate, fragile. It makes the most of its life. It moves around. It spreads happiness without its knowledge. Now coming to my journal. Okay, I'll just go through this journal. You can see the pages there. I began writing this journal in the year 2018. So yes, 2nd April, that is when I joined the school. I worked in the school as a teacher's trainer and also as a student's facilitator. I was dealing with both teachers and children, students alike. And I had a very good time there. You can see as you go through the pages, our principal gave this book. You can see it's a regular book, it's unrolled book. And she said you have to write journal at least once a week. If you write journal, it's going to help you. Many teachers did not find the time. They didn't have the time. I know how they worked. But there were a couple of them who took the time to write. So I made it a point to write the journal. Initially, it was very difficult. I hated it, to be very frank. So that was the time when I reflected on the happenings, what really happened in the school, how I can become better, and how I can make the training sessions better. So I can also show the journal that I'm writing now. Do you want to? Do you want to go through the pages? But because I was a lazy person, I did not write in 2022. 23. I never thought about it. Till 2022-23, I never happened to hear about journal art journaling, journal therapy. I did a course with one of the coaches in 2023, and then I took journaling seriously. But when did I really begin writing? Because of my laziness? this year, to be very frank. Last year I did something, I used to write once in 15 days because I kept procrastinating. That is where I fumbled. I faltered because I had a lot of plans here, but I never executed it. But then I began writing, and maybe in the next episode, do you want me to read out? I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks a lot for staying with me. God bless you all. Bye-bye.